Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. Our group is made up of Nazaret, Manfred, Cesar, and myself, Ruby. We are going to talk to you about the problem of illegal traffic of goods. In many countries of the world, there are organized groups that are dedicated to smuggling goods across land borders, evading customs authorities, and bringing undeclared goods to the market. This is a very present problem in our Costa Rican territory. The frontiers with Panama have become the perfect place for many organized groups or any individual in particular to decide to travel to the neighboring country to buy products much cheaper than those offered by our markets. The little constant control and the lack of adequate tools make the traffic of goods very simple. So much so that anyone can go buy their things and return to the country without paying any type of tax. Illicit traffic on merchandise, it is an activity that encompasses various criminal acts such as smuggling, customs fraud, piracy, counterfeiting, corruption, and many others that have a great negative impact on trade. It is not just the fact of tax evasion, this crime affects many other areas. These practices affect the entire business cycle and its participants, producers, exporters, or importers, traders, and even consumers themselves. This without forgetting the great consequences that this brings to the economies of the countries involved. It is known that in our country it is very common to buy products from unreliable merchants who offer goods without any type of warranty. So much so that 35% of the population admit to having bought contraband products.
Okay, in many countries of the world, there are organized groups that are dedicated to smuggling goods across land borders, evading custom auditories, and bringing undeclared goods to the market. This is very present problem in our Costa Rica territory. The frontiers with Panama have become the perfect place for many organized groups or any individual in particular to decide to travel to the neighboring country to buy products much cheaper than those offered by our markets. The little customs control and the lack of adequate tools make the illegal traffic of goods very simple. So much so that anyone can go buy their things and return the country without paying any of that. Illicit merchandise trafficking is an activity that encompasses various criminal acts such as smuggling, customs fraud, piracy, counterfeiting, corruption, and many others that have a great negative impact on trade. It is not just the fact of tax evasion. This crime affects many other areas. This practice affects the entire business cycle and its participants, producers, exporters and importers, traders, and even consumers. Don't solve this without forgetting the great consequence that this brings to the economies of the countries involved. It is now that in our country it's very common to buy products from unreliable merchants who offers goods without any type of guarantee. So much so that 30-50% of the population admit to having bought contraband products.
Illicit trade generates economic damage to the country due to the tax that the state ceases to receive an economic damage to the owner of the brands of the products that is being smuggled or pirate. The tax that each merchandise must pay are no longer received. For this reason, unfair competition from foreign products is generated since the products can be so cheaper that the same products that if you buy tax at constants. The state spends more state spending to control smuggling, displacing more control units and other resources for public health management. There is an increase in other form of crime as smuggling mafias might be likened to drugs traffic.
Possible solutions. It's very important to recognize these activities as a great problem facing the country and to seek and implement the necessary action for better control of the trade. The improvement and construction of custom posts, the implementation of the technological equipment and tools, the increase in trained personnel are the most urgent measures in our territory. But as we know, they are the ones that cost the most money and the country does not have economic stability to implement it. Therefore, we consider other important measures such as increased surveillance in border areas by the corresponding authorities and also implementation of legal measures to punish this practice. Or another option is the free trade that is the elimination imports tariffs regardless of whether other countries do so or not, truths with no possibility of error. When the merchant freely enters the country without the need to pay taxes, nobody will curb the system. Everyone will benefit from international trade. Consumer will pay cheaper products and national and more competitive companies in order to obtain survival in high competitive environment competitive. Thank you.